we're going to look at the program called 123D Design, and we're going to do go over some basic concepts in 123D Design by making a cog, and it's the type of cog that I use in my tracked robots, my tank robots. So basically we're going to start by drawing cylinders, and the cylinder that I'm going to draw, if I move it out here, is going to have a radius of 40 and a height of 10. And those are numbers that I've already decided on. I'm going to go to the top view here, so top view, and I'm going to make sure that it snaps to the grid nicely, and it's on one of the main lines. You can see there that there are some lighter colored lines and some thicker lines. Make sure it's at the intersection of two thick lines and press that down there. Going to basically move back to the home button, and one thing I want you to do right now is change from perspective to orthographic and leave it like that because it's just much easier to see. I'm going to put the spindle now, and the spindle is the thing that the motor sticks into. So I'm going to use a cylinder to make the spindle, and this particular cylinder is going to be the perfect size for me already. It's already 20 or 10. I could try and place it here on the middle perfectly, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is stick it over here and use the snap tool as a sort of a cheat method to actually put it exactly in the middle of this particular circle or cylinder. Now when I've used the snap tool, by default it groups the two objects. The two objects are not one object, they're two objects that are grouped together. So I need to ungroup them in order to be able to work with just the top spindle. So I've got the top spindle now, and now I'm going to press the D to drop that down. And the D key is a shortcut that drops it down to this grid. I've now got the spindle sitting how I want it inside my particular cog. So I'm going to use the combined merge tool to merge the two objects together. So once that's pressed, I'm going to press 1 and then the next one, and now that they're both selected, I'm going to press enter. They're now one object. So now I'm actually going to put an axle hole inside my cog. The axle hole will basically be a cylinder again, although I would actually make it the same as the axle of my motor. So in some cases your motor is a circle with a line cut off it. In other cases your motor will be a circle with two lines cut off it, so it's sort of like an oval but not quite. In other cases your motor could be any number of shapes, so you need to shape it to exactly your motor. But in this case I'm just going to make it a cylinder, and the radius is going to be 5. I might make the height a bit higher to make it a little bit easier for me, so 25, and I'm going to drop it just over there, and once again I'm going to use the snap tool. I'm going to select that face, and that will snap together. Once again they are grouped, so I'm going to ungroup them, and I'm going to click away so that it is deselected. Just select that one and press the D key to basically drop that spindle, that hole, which will be my hole, into the middle of my cog. I'm now going to basically use the subtract tool, and I'm going to select the thing that I want to keep, which is my outside cog, and I'm going to select the thing that I want to subtract, which is my inside axle, and delete it. I now have a 10mm hole axle going right through my cog, so you can see right through it. So I now have my circle and spindle coming up. To make this easier for myself, I'm actually going to draw a sketch, and I'm going to use a sketch circle, and I'm going to click on the plane, so the grid over here, to be my circle, and I'm going to choose this point here. It should snap to those 2 points there nicely, and just draw out a small circle down in there. This is going to be that reference point there. I should press escape, I've got an extra one over there. That reference point there is going to be my reference for my teeth in my cog. And my cog, I'm just going to get rid of iTunes. She's jumping at me. Okay, so I'm going to get my my teeth in my cog, which are actually going to be circular teeth, to basically rotate around that particular circle. So let's basically draw in my my cylinder now. So I've got a cylinder here. I'm going to make it a radius of 5, and I'm going to make it so that it snaps to, there you go, it snapped to that circle there. You can see that there's a blue line going through, and as I move it up and down it sort of snaps to that. So I'm going to click on that to accept that as my particular location. I'm now going to basically use the circular pattern here. I'm going to click on this object that I want to keep, and then what happened there? Sorry. Choose the circular pattern here. Now I've got this little panel coming up here. I'm going to basically choose this entire object. Make sure you don't just choose the top. Choose the entire object. So I'm interrupting this video to show you the problem I'm just about to have with making these cylinders go around in circles. So basically what I'm trying to do here is make the circular pattern work with a cylinder. Seems to work quite well with a sphere, which is what I tried when I practiced, but with a cylinder it has problems. If I click up here and then press axis and then click here, it's going to give me an error. If I click away just to make that happen, I'm going to click on circular pattern and click down here and then click on axis and click on this circle. It's going to give me an error. So I need to press escape again and click away. If I click on here and move my mouse over so that it's really close to that that circle there but not quite above it, and the circle should actually highlight a bit on top, and click it and then click on axis, the circular option works. So this is what I'm trying to explain in the video. I don't do it very well. I had a bit of a teacher fail moment. So now I'm going to go back to the video and you'll be able to continue on. The entire object should have a green outline. And then I'm going to press axis. And I'm going to press on this particular circle here. And you can see now that I've got these solids actually happening in rotation, and there are 3 of them. I want 12, so let's go till there are 12. There they are, there are 12 of them now. And I like to have 12 because it's just a nice easy number for me to use. And basically that is going to be or form the teeth of my cog. Before I do form the teeth of my cog though, I'm going to basically select this actual cog. And once the cog is actually selected, I'm going to select the top circle and I'm going to put in a fillet. Sorry, not a fillet. Escape. I'm not going to put a fillet. Select the top circle and I'm going to put in a chamfer of 2 millimeters. And then I'm going to do the same to the bottom. Select the cog, select that one there, chamfer of 2 millimeters. So you now see that I've got a little bit of a chamfer on the cog. That just makes it grip into the tracks a little bit better. I'm now going to go to a front view. I'm going to use a box select to select the tops of these objects, which means they'll all be selected. Oops. Pressing escape. What happened then? Don't know what happened then. Let's just go to the top view again. Top view. Face view. Now I'm going to select all these here, and it's selected all of them. I must have still had chamfer on. I'm going to press D to drop them down, and now it's a little bit of a process, but I'm going to do the subtract button. I'm going to click on subtract. I'm going to click on the thing I want to keep, which is my cog, and then I'm going to click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these. I'm going to press enter and they are all gone. That is basically the cog that I use to drive my robot. The final thing I'm going to do is I don't want to actually have that cog to be solid or filled because that will waste too much filament. So I'm going to save that by actually putting a cylinder in here. I'll just whack the cylinder somewhere on here, and this size is looking good. Doesn't really matter exactly where I put it, as long as I'm going to go to top view so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. There, that'll be fine. And now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the circle before, is to press the pattern, circular pattern, select the entire object, not just the top surface, press the axis button, select that as my axis, and then I'm going to basically just go up until I'm happy with how many I've got. 4 might be good. I reckon 5 is a good number. I'm going to grab those now and drop them. So press it and D, press it and D, press it and D, press it D, press it D, and basically now I'm going to use the subtract tool, click on the cog which I want to keep, click on these 5 holes which I'm going to have in my thing there, and now I've got holes in my cog, which saves a lot of material, and believe it or not, will actually make it stronger. To make it even stronger now, I'm going to click on the cog, I'm going to click on each one of these, I'm going to press and hold shift as I go. You can now see I've selected all of these there, and I'm going to round them. I'm going to put a 2mm round on that, and that'll make it even stronger still. Press enter to select that. I don't know why that hasn't gone away. And let's do the same again for this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and put a 2mm fillet on there and press enter. Now they're gone. That is my cog, and basically that's the cog I'm going to use to create a tracked robot.